We've got three Land Rover Defenders, the 90, the 110 and the 130. But which one might be right for you? Well, we're going to go through some of the technical data and the differences to help you decide. So before we start, I should let you know that the figures I've got for you today are based on the entry level for each model. So we'll start off with power. The 90 is 249 horsepower and 0 to 60 in 7.6 seconds. The 110, same horsepower, 249, but 0 to 60 in 7.9 seconds. Whereas the 130 is 350 horsepower and 0 to 60 in 6.4 seconds. So what about the length of each one? Well, I've put the noses at the front in the same place and you can see how far each one extends back. Well, we've got the 90 at 4.32 metres, the 110 at 4.75 metres, and the 130 breaks that 5 metre barrier. It is 5.09 metres, which is a bit long. And those lengths are without the spare wheel, so it is just the vehicle. So what about ground clearance and ride height? Where do they all sit? So the 90 sits at 216 millimetres, the 110 sits at 218 millimetres, and the 130 sits at 218.5 millimetres. And that is all based on air suspension. So what if you want to do some proper off-roading and go through some water? So what is the wading depth of all three? Well, all three are actually the same at 900 millimetres. And again, that is based on air suspension. So we all know how good the Land Rover is at towing. So what are the capacities? Well, the 90 has a towing capacity of 3.5 tonnes, and actually that number is the same for the 110, whereas the 130 can tow up to 3 tonnes. So what about the roof carrying capacity? Well, on the 90 it's 80 kilos, and on the 110 and 130 it's 100 kilos, and that is using the all-season tyres. And finally, what about the boot space? Well, based on 5 seats, the 90 has 297 litres of boot space. The 110 has 786 litres of boot space, but the 130 tops it all off with 1,094 litres of boot space. So a big difference between all three. But don't forget as well, you can also take those seats out and you can put a bulkhead in and have it as a commercial sort of vehicle, so much better for carrying equipment and things like that. But don't forget as well, with the 110, you can have up to 7 seats, and with the 130, you can have up to 8 seats. But as you can see, you pretty much lose all of that boot space. So which one is right for you? Let us know which one you'd have in the comments below. For any further information, simply follow the links.